So, hey Leo, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading. The sun is shining, so it can only be a great reading. It's your beautiful reading for kind of way into March, maybe even the beginning of April, a bigger picture reading, right? I'm going to shuffle the card once more and then we're diving in. What do we got? The Hermit and the Empress. That's a good sign. You're following your own light. You take care mostly about your own stuff and you don't care so much about other people and what they say, right? You follow your own light. Then we got the center of your Celtic cross. That's the Ten of Pentacles. You're doing something, you're in your lush garden, we've seen the Empress, we've seen the Hermit. So maybe you did something that was very important for you and you concentrated, focused on yourself and you just did it and you created it and bang, there it is in the world, right? Could be, Ten of Pentacles, sure, that could be money, that could be abundance, wealth, right? Maybe there's something coming towards you or some bonus at work or I don't know, you're getting something out of it. And if it's just that you created something that was really beautiful and important for yourself, you followed your own light. Now you're in your garden. And while you're doing this, while you're having this success, while you can have a moment of reflection, right? What did you do? How far did you walk? How much did you have to learn to get here? Meditate, breath work, right? Meditation, breath work, that's super important to ground you. Because what you created, there's this tower, this combination of the Ten of Pentacles and the Tower. We've seen that, I think, in the Gemini reading as well. In the foundation, you got the Tower, right? So maybe what you have created for yourself, right? Is going to just transform your world and opening up so many possibilities. I say this again and again, the Tower is not necessarily a bad card. It's just very fast change and transformation. And this Tower structure here that is coming down represents kind of a part of your life that was just too narrow, just too tight, You were just too fixed on one spot. And there's so much more, and you created so much possibilities for yourself with this Ten of Pentacles. Hangman energy, you learning something, right? I feel like you have this breakthrough moment, right? With the Ten of Pentacles, the Tower. So it looks almost as if this Hangman energy, where you were creating something, right? You didn't manifest this overnight, right? This is a project that you have been working on for quite a while and you're doing it, right? You're just manifesting it out. Don't doubt yourself. Don't listen to the naysayers whenever you are in doubt. You meditate, you do breath work, 5 seconds in, 10 seconds out, 3 seconds in, 6 seconds out, whatever feels comfortable. But the breathing out part should be twice as long as the breathing in part. So 3 in, 6 out, or 6 in, 12 out, right? Always twice the amount of the in-breath. Then you're releasing negativity, then you're grounding yourself. And that's what you need, because you want to focus on your creation. You brought something into the world, you stood your ground. And you had some sort of enlightenment. And I think this kind of enlightenment, maybe this was perfectionism, right? Where you wanted to do it perfect, where you thought about, can I do this, right? Doubting yourself, limiting yourself, Tower energy. It's also limitations, right? And these limitations fall apart when you just act accordingly and trust yourself. Then you're no longer the Hanged Man, but the Knight of Cups, beautiful energy with the Knight of Cups, following your heart space, what is important for you, what resonates with you, brings you joy, where you think, okay, this is important, I like to do it, it's important, and by all means, go ahead and do it. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, take action, don't lose sight of what is important for you in your life, just because it's not easy, right? just keep doing it. And I see you absolutely doing it. There's the Ace of Wands, there's passion, right? Passion is what can you do again and again, and it brings you joy. And it's not sexuality, right? But what can you do that never gets old, right? When I was a child, I could draw, for example, you know, paint pictures, paint paintings or whatever, right? Drawing, actually it was drawing for me. So I could do that for hours on end, right? And like every day, and it never went old, never got old. What is it for you? That's the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, beautiful energy, beautiful energy. And this Tower energy is kind of referring to the Hanged Man, because you don't need that structure anymore. You're starting a new chapter in your life. Beautiful. And the Six of Cups is this wonderful energy where you remember joy. So you got the Six of Cups, the Knight of Cups. By all means, take action. You got the consciousness for it. You got discernment for it. You got the wisdom for it. And if you apply what you know, right, that's where the magic is happening. Beautiful. Beautiful reading. Let's just do some clarifiers. Yeah, Strength card with the Ten of Pentacles. Try not to force it. Try not to be so damn serious about it. Joyful creation, right? Six of Cups, Knight of Cups energy. Follow your passion. Be smart enough to apply what you have learned. And, you know, whatever you are bringing into the world, do it with love. Do it while you are loving what you're doing. Then you pretty much can't fail, right? Five of Swords with the Two of Swords. Don't start overthinking. Don't question yourself. You can absolutely do it. And, you know, Ten of Pentacles right in the center. You are doing it. Yeah, the Tower is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So scarcity is over, you know. You're in the Ten of Pentacles. You really achieved something. And you're moving on from that Hangman energy. That's very important. Joyful creation. Yeah, and you stood your ground through all that harder times, right? There's kind of, I mean, we all coming from 2025. Right? 2025 was kind of this energy of Dark Night of the Soul, right? Where we probably, not many people had a good last 9 years. Think about the last 9 years. Maybe the last 9 years weren't the best ever, right? There were other times in history that were much easier, but the last 9 years were pretty tough. But how did you get through this? How did you realize, okay, one step at a time, I have to make something, I have to go on with something, create something. And to create something in difficult times is only possible if you co-create with, I don't know, spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call it. And it's very important that you make a connection to that, right? And ground yourself through meditation, through breathwork. That's super important. Page of Swords with the Knight of Cups. Again, this emphasis on joyful creation, Six of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Here's another Knight, the Knight of Swords combined with Cups energy. You got Cups energy with Swords energy. You got Swords energy with Cups energy. The heart and the brain, the heart and your passion, right? Joyful creation with the Nine of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. Ace of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Cups, more Cups energy. And then from the Hanged Man, you're entering this, you got the Hanged Man that is pretty much over. They got the Tower and the Hanged Man in combination. So that old chapter where you were just hanging in there, literally, is over. Why? Because you created something for you, and that opens up so many possibilities, right? And there's a whole new chapter. You got so much... There's the Fool card on the little bottom, on the bottom of the clarifier deck as well, right? To get 2 times the Fool card. Beautiful. So there's so much new beginning, new consciousness, wisdom, or I should say, knowledge applied, becomes wisdom. So you not just learned your lesson, you're applying it, you made something out of it, and you keep creating from that wisdom. And that's the new chapter. You're no longer learning what you need to learn to create. You learned it and you applied it and you are absolute in creation mode. That's beautiful. Gateway. And I'm not sure about the text, but it's a good card, that's for sure. That's a fantastic card, actually. Yeah, I mean, closing of the old, beginning a new chapter, 2 times the Fool card. You did something and now you just have this in your life and give it loving attention and take good care of it and kind of run with it. Joyful creation, right? And this transition from kind of hanging in there and trying to get something out into the world to finally have done it and running with it, right? Gateway evolution. Observe this image closely. It depicts a portal that leads you up golden steps of light to an arc. Once you reach this point, you ascend further to an even higher realm of consciousness. This spiritual journey is occurring within you. Right now, you are ascending to higher planes of awareness, wisdom, and love. This is a significant point in your soul's evolution, a rare and major event. It is an initiation through which you are eternally blessed. There are cycles of great wisdom and love from this point on. And you're applying all that wisdom and all that love. Wisdom and love, right? That's the combination. That's the winning team, so to speak. Wisdom and love, Swords energy and Cups energy coming together again and again. And from that you're creating, right? And there's even fire energy with the Ace of Wands in there. Beautiful. Surrender now, okay? Act as if and surrender now. Let's just Mod Spirit. Let's just see what Mod Spirit has to say. What is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with Spirit or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it could become compulsive or addictive? So what are you trying to achieve and how are you achieving it, right? Surrender now to the moment. Surrender to the moment. Don't have so high expectations. Concentrate on what you want to create and just do that joyfully, consistently, and then you can't fail. You just, going the upwards, right, on that staircase, so to speak. Yeah, let's just do 1, 2, 3 quotes, maybe. Good old Paulo Coelho. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it is more about unbecoming everything that is not really you. And you just create from authenticity and integrity, right? And then you cannot fail. And then it's joyful as well. There's so much emphasis on joyful creation, the heart and the brain, right? The intellect and your emotions, your intuitions. Joyful creation. And we live in kind of difficult times when you look into the world, right? So remember that if you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. If you hate someone else, you hate something in them that is kind of part of yourself, right? Otherwise it wouldn't concern you, right? What isn't part of ourselves does not disturb us. So what is not part of ourselves does not disturb us. I just let this, don't listen to the naysayers. It's pretty much what it is. Be kind to yourself. Trust your connection with yourself. Trust your connection with Spirit, right? Cultivate that connection. You're bringing your intellect and your emotions, your intuition together if you meditate, if you do breath work. That's a daily practice. And from that peaceful inner peace, you can create whatever it is that you want to create. And never doubt yourself, never accept disrespect. And by all means, love yourself and stand up for yourself. James Baldwin comes up again and again, this wonderful quote here of his. It took me many years of vomiting up all the filth I'd been taught about myself and how I've believed before I was able to walk the earth as though I had a right to be here. So you have a right to be here. You have a divine right to be here just as you are, right? Never forget that. Make that a daily practice to remind yourself of that. And in that inner peace and inner acceptance and inner love, right, you're creating from that inner love, from that inner peace. That's the new beginning for you. Not just learning how to be peaceful and protect your inner peace and come back to your inner peace, even if the outside world is just complete chaos, right? Sometimes that happens. If you look outside, you see chaos and narcissistic abuse and horror everywhere. And you could, worry about all that. But especially in these times, it's super important that you protect your inner peace, come back to your inner peace, because we need you to create something better than the old, right? And focus all of your energy on what you can give to that better world and create that, bring that into the world, give it loving attention. In order to do that, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your inner peace, and you have to not take the bait of any narcissist. And the narcissists, usually antagonistic people, toxic people, usually try to steal your energy by taking away your inner peace. Guilt, fear, shame, rage, anger. And there's kind of anger that is fueling just action, right? Which is very important, to take that action, to speak up, even if your voice is shaking. But don't let anger bring you into hatred, because then you would become one of them, and we don't want that. We got bigger fish to fry. You got something to create, so many talents, so much potential here, so much joy here, so much creation already, leaving behind what no longer serves you, and just going confidently into that direction, right? And that's all I got. And I hope it resonates with you. And if it does, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you next time. Ciao.